a discussion for another time because we can go down that rabbit hole about Kevin Sumlin. But well, we're certainly going to see a ton of new faces on the sideline this season, and we're also going to be seeing a few new players with the captain logo on their jerseys this season. The Wildcats announced this past week its 2020 captains for this season, and they were voted amongst their teammates as they are every single year. I'll read you the list right now. Quarterback Grant Gunnell, tight end Bryce Woma, cornerback Lorenzo Burns, linebacker Anthony Pandy, and linebacker Jalen Harris. So, out of those five guys, Ryan, which one do you think is the most impactful one? Did any of them surprise you at all when you saw that they got the captain's logo on their jerseys? Just give me your thoughts on these.
Nah, no one in particular surprised me. The easy choice for the most important player, is Grant Gunnell. But I think the player that his success will impact the team the most probably is Anthony Pandy. He stood out as the leader of that secondary and that defense, and all of we've heard so far from the restart of camp is great things about Anthony Pandy. He seems like a leader to the young linebackers. He's taken on a bigger role since some fellow teammates left, and I think his success will lead to that defense being way better than last season.
I really like Anthony Pandy and Jalen Harris getting the nods as the team captain. I think that they picked the right guys. Like, there was none of them that shocked me that I was like, why the heck is he a team captain? Like, I think they got these all right. I really like that Bryce Woma got a team captain in particular. He's just such an awesome guy. Like, he's just such a good leader. He's always so confident and cheerful in his media availabilities, and he really just has no reason to be that upbeat. Like, since Arizona hates tight ends so much and they never throw to him, and he's just along for the ride, and I love him so much. I just have so much respect for him to kind of stick around. Like, he could have easily just transferred somewhere where he could get more playing time, and he never did. He stuck around. He's a senior this year, and he even said that he's going to stay another year next season just because with the NCAA eligibility, that is a tongue twister. The eligibility rules, because that he could stay an extra year if he wants to, and he already said that he wants to do that because he just loves college football so much and he loves his team. He said he never had any sort of feelings of wanting to transfer this coming off season. Like, he's just such a great guy. Like, he just fits. He's such a great team leader. Like, I don't have anything else to say about him, like, other than he's just such a great guy.
Yeah, as we've talked about last week, is they need to get the tight end more involved, and that's good. That's good that he possibly could be here for another season, so maybe he can create some chemistry with Grant Gunnell. And none of these choices really shocked me. I mean, like, the three guys on the defensive side, they're all like the standout players there, the guys that need to have the biggest impact in this coming season. And it's going to be fun to see this team. I think this team could really shock some people this season.
Yeah, I want to circle back to Anthony Pandy and Jalen Harris a little bit because you mentioned them, and I wanted to kind of touch up on them as well. Like, this year in particular, I feel like with the departures on defense and especially at linebacker, like, this young linebacker group is looking for someone to lead them. Like, it feels like that meme of Will Smith standing in the middle of his empty house, just like looking around, like just tearing up of how empty it is. Like, that's probably what's going on right now in the Arizona locker room after all those guys that have left. Like Anthony Pandy and Jalen Harris are like going to be the cornerstone pieces of not only this linebacker core but like the entire defense. I hate to make another stupid reference here, but like, I compare the relationship of like Anthony Pandy and like DJ Morning, as this young guy DJ Morning, to like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, like this like Jedi and Padawan relationship, like minus the part, of course, where Anakin betrays Obi-Wan and turns to the dark side. But like, hopefully we don't see DJ Morning kill the Jedi younglings and play for ASU next season. But anyways, that was a stupid comparison. That was probably a little bit of an overstatement. But I just really like a little Star Wars reference in there. But like, you get my point, right? Like Jalen Harris and Anthony Pandy are these seniors. They're these guys that people are going to lean on, and this young linebacker group needs to look up to. So I really enjoy that they're getting the captain's nod, and it's pretty clear that those are the two leaders on the defensive side of the group, and Lorenzo Burns as well. I don't think we've given him any credit, but he's been here since day one, leading that secondary group. Like I said, I don't think Arizona got any of these wrong. I think there's a lot of really good captains this season, and I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Arizona is a sneaky little team. I don't think they'll compete for the South or anything like that, but to peg us as worse than Colorado and worse than UCLA, I don't really see it. But I don't know. I really like these team captains, and I think they're trending in the right direction for sure.
Yeah, and with Jalen Harris and Anthony Pandy, since they're older guys, it's really going to be interesting to see how much of an impact they truly make on young linebackers this season. Because when you get to next season, unless we get some older transfers that come in or whatever, like we got just the young group to throw out there. So then it's even worse than this year where we had Tony Fields and others transfer. So yeah, like I think the team and the defense is going to rely heavily on them in that group.
I think we've already seen a little bit of that. We're thinking about when will we start to see the older guys taking the younger players under the wing. I think we're already starting to see it. Like we've heard about Jalen Harris playing alongside with Keneba Watson and sharing that position group. And Jalen Harris has talked about how great of a kid he is and sharing that outside linebacker position with him and teaching him everything he knows and like just taking him under his wing. Like I don't know. Like I really like that. There's a good balance of experienced guys to kind of lead this team, especially at that linebacker position group. Like after, Colin Schooler and Tony Fields left, I think everything was just like in panic mode. Like everybody was just like, what are we going to do? Right. Like, so I think that Anthony Pandy and Jalen Harris are two guys that are really good pieces to lean on. And I really like their leadership. I think they are definitely a team captain in my eyes. So I'm really optimistic.
Yeah, and this defensive group, they're very young, but as we've heard about in the last few weeks, they're going to get some playing time this year, as Paul Rhodes has said recently, and that's really going to be a tough test early on, and they could struggle, but in those weeks 5, 6, and in that last 7th week, that's where we're going to look to see if they actually have something in that group for the coming seasons.